right. So thank you, Lord, in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, so let me introduce you to our class tonight. So we call it the financial class for OFWs. This happens regularly, 10 p.m. in the evening, weekdays until weekend actually. And this is the book that we share, no, when we do the class. So it's a book study. The one that we share are the concepts that are inside this book. So these are the concepts na yung sinasabi naming nakapagbago ng mindset namin towards money, ng mindset namin towards building our financial future. Okay, and as you can see at the back of the book, it says there, financial education is not just for the wealthy, it is for everyone po. So lahat tayo. So even sa team ko mismo, meron tayong team na security guard, labandera, kahit multimillionaires, mga lawyers, mga teachers, mga guro, mga policemen. So lahat, pare, lahat. Lalo-lalo na po OFWs, okay? And we are giving much focus on the OFWs kasi especially ngayong pandemic, di ba? Ang daming nagka-problema, ang daming napauwi, nakat ang pay. And I think yung sharer natin tonight, no, she can account to that because she's an OFW and she just joined IMG last year. And yun, I think I'd leave it to her na lang ano to share to you ano po yung maibabahagi niya tungkol sa mga naituro ng IMG at paano po siya natulungan. Okay, so yung pangalan po niya is si Miss Ruthie Florentine. Isa ko po siyang dating office mate. Actually, boss ko nga ito siya sa office dati. I really look up to her. So, Miss Ruthie, can you go ahead and unmute and start sharing po? Dito na siya. Go
Andito
ahead.
na. Hello,
Hello.
everyone. Good evening. Hello, her.
Hello. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so just a short sharing. I'll try to make this short. So again, my name is Ruth. Andito po ako sa Dubai. 4 years na po I'm working um, in the HR shared services. Okay, so nasa HR po ako. Yes, prior to that, I was in Vietnam for a year. So naging OFW sa Vietnam. And yes, Hera said, magka-office mate kami dati sa BPO. So ano lang no, last year lang, Hera rightly said, itong concepts na i-share tonight, it has really changed my mindset about money, about my finances. Kasi prior to IMG, prior to IMG, parang I realized that I was living in a bubble. It's a bubble of like comfort zone ba. So I thought, okay, siguro successful na siguro ako kasi may konti akong savings, may maliit na property. That concept, that thinking is just me comparing to yung saan ako galing, yung paano kami lumaki. Kasi I'm the youngest of 7 siblings. Napakahirap. Okay. Walang-wala. And then, nakapagtapos ng pag-aaral dahil nagtutulungan yung magkakapatid. So, in fact, I started working at 16 in a factory para matulungan kong matapos yung ate ko sa college. Tapos pagkatapos niya, ako naman yung nag-aral. So, if I thought, okay, successful na siguro ako, okay na ako. But then, COVID happened. Ang dami-daming nawalan ng trabaho, di ba? Hindi lang mga kabayan, hindi lang Pinoy, ang daming expat. So, ang daming hindi ready. Mismo sa company namin, may mga kabayan na nawalan ng work at umuwi, tapos may mga loan pa pala, walang savings. So, I thought to myself at that point that it can also happen to me because wala namang job security talaga eh. Especially for OFW, napakahirap kasi you're here eh. So wala ka talagang yung parang fallback or blanket ba unless you have prepared your finances. So at that point, inisip ko paano kung nawalan ako ng trabaho, anong gagawin ko sa Pilipinas, wala naman akong negosyo, wala talaga akong backup plan and I didn't have any emergency funds. So the savings that I had, I don't think I can last a year para mag-sustain yung needs ko. So, in-approach ko si Hera at saka yung isa pang friend namin. I asked about, how to build a solid financial foundation. And yeah, it happened. So, dito talaga tuturuan ka paano ma-manage yung finances natin kasi um, I can also tell you na marami akong kamag-anak or kakilala na OFW for like 20 years. Nag-aalaga ng anak ng ibang tao. Iniwan yung mga anak sa Pinas. But then, when they retired, went home, wala din. Walang savings. So, I think it's ano talaga, very important, especially for us talaga. Kasi hindi naman forever tayong OFW at saka hindi din natin alam gaano ka-secure ang trabaho natin. Hindi tayo forever maging employee. So yun lang for my sharing tonight. I hope you get to learn a lot of things tonight sa class.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Ruthie. All the way from Dubai po. That was inspiring. Salamat, salamat. By the way, shoutout pala tayo, no? Sino po yung ating mga attendees ngayon na from iba't ibang countries? Can you chat in kung saang country po tayo para ma-shoutout natin? So we can see here from Taiwan, from Macau, from Riyadh. Meron pa po bang from ibang countries? Uh, from Qatar, from Saudi, and where else? Macau, Jeddah, Taiwan, yes, Kuwait. Dami, no? Light, KSA. Thank you, Miss Ruthie. Right, great, great. So, ang dami nating attendees from the different parts of the world, especially from the Middle East. From ABA, KSA, si Ma'am Emilia, and si Ma'am Nancy from the US, all the way from the US. Hi, Ma'am Nancy, anong oras po ngayon dyan? Maraming salamat po. Saudi Arabia, si Ma'am Mary Beth. All right, Riyadh, si Edrelyn and Vanji from Abu Dhabi. Maraming salamat po. Okay, welcome sa ating class. I'm so excited for you because maybe this can probably, change really your mindset towards money. So, sige, umpisa na po tayo. So, let's start. Yeah, bago pala mag-umpisa, ipikilala ko lang ang sarili ko. Ako po si Maria Sherina Advincula. Isa pa akong financial coach, isa pa ako sa members dito sa IMG. And right now, isa po ako sa executive marketing directors dito and associate financial planner ng Registered Financial Planners of the Philippines and then certified life insurance underwriter ng Insurance Institute of Asia and the Pacific and of course po investor and entrepreneur. So you know what? This all happened when I came in IMG na because previously, bago po ako nag-IMG, talagang manggagawa lang po ako, living paycheck to paycheck. Alam nyo yung 15-30, merong konting savings pero walang sapat. Yung iba yung plano para sa savings like may bibilhin na something, yung project is bibilhin na material stuff lang. And walang emergency funds, hindi solid yung financial foundation and maraming financial worries. Yun po talaga yung buhay ko dati. And now that I'm with IMG, awa ng Diyos, malaking pasasalamat ko po talaga sa kay Lord. Dahil po sa friend ko na, in-invite ako dito sa IMG. So magpasalamat po kayo sa friend na nag-i-invite sa'yo, nag-encourage, kumukulit sa'yo na mag-join ng class, mag-join sa IMG. Because if it has helped my life, how about, lalo na kayo, marami tayong natulungan dito. So congrats in advance. So, ayan. So, mag-umpisa na po tayo. Sino po ba si IMG or International Marketing Group? Oh, so it stands for International Marketing Group. Of course, legally we are registered sa SEC as a broker and sa IC as a broker, financial broker. But the way that we see it, the way that I see it, IMG is a beautiful community of savers and investors. So kita mo ngayon, di ba, kahit gabing-gabi, nagtuturo si IMG kahit hindi naman ito bayad, but we're here to share because we feel that this community can empower many people, right? So, natutulungan kahit nasa ibang bansa, alright? So, kailangan po yung community. Hindi lang po yung mga institusyon na dapat nagbebenta lang ng financial products like banks, insurance companies, or kahit anong mga company. And marami tayong mga alam na social civic organizations. For example, mga Rotary and what have you, mga organizations, but they focus more on one-time help or dole out, yung hindi sustainable, right? But the way I see IMG, IMG is giving a sustainable solution to the Filipinos' financial problems. Sabi pa nga 'di ba, if you want to help someone, give a man a fish, but if you want to help him for a lifetime, you teach him how to fish. Ganyan yung ginagawa ng financial education eh. Talagang mababago ang tao. And this is something kasi na hindi tinuturo sa atin sa school. Naalala mo ba, tinuruan ba tayo paano mag-manage ng pera? Or sa work, 'di ba? Sa work nga ang alam most of the time is loan, loan, loan yung pinag-uusapan ng mga kasama natin sa trabaho, di ba? So, it matters pa naman kung sino yung mga kasama palagi natin, right? So, financial education matters, and when we are financially educated, we can execute better, no? And we can get better deals if nasa, lalo kung nasa IMG tayo. So, meaning, less tayo ma-prone sa scams, less tayo mag-make ng financial mistakes like kukuha ka ng mga financial products or mga investments na hindi pala angkop sa financial situation mo ngayon or angkop para ma-build mo yung solid financial foundation mo. We hear a lot of stories ng OFWs na, di ba, pag uwi dito sa Pilipinas, balik hirap, walang ipon, or kahit yung cycle lang mismo na labas ng country, trabaho, ilang ilang 2 years, 3 years, pag-uwi, one-time millionaire, ubos agad tapos pagpabalik minsan uutang pa, 'di ba? And yung alam mo yung masaklap na story na palagi kong naririnig, yung parent is like sasabihan yung anak, maliit pa yung anak na, "Anak, aalis ako, but babalik ako mga 3 to 5 years lang. Magtatrabaho si mama, si papa para makapag-ipon, pero uuwi agad ako, makakapiling talaga natin yung isa't isa very soon." Pero ano nangyayari, 'di ba? 5, 10, nag-graduate na lang yung anak, hindi pa nakakauwi. And we know a lot of stories like that. And that's why we can see no dito sa IMG, IMG had really been a help kasi sa IMG nakita ko in the past 5 years of my life here because I joined in 2016, ang dami ko na pong nakitang mga IMG members na nakauwi ng Pilipinas because of what's being taught here in IMG. So ayan ano, and sana po kabilang po kayo doon sa mga makauwi po if that's what you intend, 'di ba? To do iba po yung nandito talaga tayo sa Pilipinas, 'di ba? Masaya kapiling natin ang ating pamilya. And I'd like to congratulate you in advance because you are now part of our campaign that is 30M by 2030. So as you can see, nasa 3.4 pa po tayo ngayon. Ano? So ano po yan? Yung goal natin is 30 million by 2030. So ang layo pa po, that's 9 years ahead. But as you can see, ganyan po ka-visionary yung leaders natin sa IMG. Kinikinita niya na yung mga Pilipino is makaahon talaga sa kahirapan. And what we do here is massive. Hindi po kami kagaya ng mga insurance company or mga bangko na nandyan para mag-sell. Yung amin pong produkto is financial education. Yung amin pong thrust is financial education. Kasi tayo, once we are financially educated, alam natin, malalaman na natin kung ano yung bagay sa atin na financial product, ano, saan dapat mag-invest, ganyan. Hindi yung may ahente, lalapit sa atin, magpapaligsahan sila. Ako yung number one, ako yung number one. Tapos tayo, nahihiraman tayong mag-decide. But we still join na lang kasi kaibigan natin yung kaibigan natin yung nag-invite sa atin, right? So, ayan. By the way, can you hear me lang po okay? Naririnig po ba? Sorry. Manghina? Oh, sorry. Bakit kaya mahina? Is that better? Okay, thank you, Ma'am Vicky. Thank you, Gwyneth. Okay, so ayan, ano, so again, congrats and do not forget to give your details to your friend kasi para mabilang po kayo sa count na ito ng ating campaign and also para later pwede po kayong magkaroon ng pre-approved na membership, ano, para kung mabigay po ninyo yung details sa friend mo and of course para masali tayo sa count na ito. All right. Now, together with us in this campaign are these quite esteemed individuals, no mga personalities. So, kung makikita natin, hindi to biro-biro mga tao na nagsusuporta ng ating advokasya. We can see here Brother Bo Sanchez along with our founders in IMG, mga simpleng mga billionaires ng mga tao, di ba? They wake up every day, be present in our trainings, meetings, and helping every one of us, kahit sino ka man, ano, janitor ka man o ano ka man, pero dyan sila, gumising sila araw-araw para tulungan tayo na yumaman, di ba? So we have here Sir Joen, Sir Noel, Sir Bart, and of course, Brother Bo Sanchez. I think all of us here, or most of us here, know Brother Bo as famous, di ba, preacher and missionary. But you know what? This guy credits his financial success sa atin pong leaders sa IMG. Kasi dati, he's a missionary but wala po daw siyang pera, and yung struggle niya dati, yung nakita niyang problema is yung nagpapadasal sa kanya, may lumalapit magpapadasal, around 70 to 90% yung dasal, yung hinaing palagi is, sana po magkaroon ako ng pera para sa ganito, para pang tuition ni anak, para pampagamot. But if andyan ka na, kung meron ka sigurong pera, di ba you can help? But because Brother Bo at that time wala pa ding pera, so hanggang sa dasal lang po talaga siya. Alright? So that's when he wanted na mag-learn talaga how to compound his money. Ano? So natutunan po niya ito sa ating mentors, and I'm I'm so inspired to know, no, na I've learned na he's living on 10% of his income, meaning the rest of that 90% are given na to missionaries, to charities, di ba? So ganyan na siya ka-wealthy. He can live on that na. Very simple guy but very wealthy and very helpful talaga to everyone. Ano? Very inspiring. And isa po siya sa mentors natin dito sa IMG. We can also see here Tita Shawi, of course. No, we all know her, and she is the ambassadress of our partner company, Kaiser International. And ito naman siya, yung story naman niya is na-share niya niya to nung nag-convention. Hindi ko na maalala kung ang convention yun kasi ang dami. But she shared na a few years ago, her mom passed, got sick and eventually died, but na-bankrupt talaga siya. So anong ginawa niya or anong nangyari? Si Casey, yung anak pa, yung nagsagip sa the rest of the bills sa hospital because it was two-digit million daw. So then she realized na dapat pag siya na yung dumating sa sitwasyon na ganon, dapat hindi siya maging, burden sa mga anak niya. So, yan, siya mismo kumuha na ng kanyang long-term care, and right now she's our ambassadress. Diba? And of course, Tita Coring, Corina Sanchez. So she's holding our book, no? Yung book mismo natin, and siya mismo as well attest na natulungan talaga siya ng libro at ng IMG na makabangon sa utang, kasi dati lubog siya sa utang and talagang walang direksyon yung buhay niya pang pinansyal, and with IMG's guidance na bago po talaga ito, and right now she's one of our ambassadors. And of course, Tito Boy Abunda, siya naman po yung nagre-represent ng ating partner sa life insurance, yung Manila Bankers Life. And ito din si Tito Boy, dati daw hindi talaga siya believer ng insurance until he saw his friends. Bakit daw, no, na pag may namamatayan sa pamilya, hindi sila naghihirap. Yung hindi yung nakasanayan natin sa probinsya, 'di ba? Pag may namatay, lubog sa utang, utang yung napapamana. So dito nakita niya talaga yung kalagahan ng insurance. So now he chose to have one, and of course, he chose our partner mismo, owned ng IMG, yung Manila Bankers Life. Yeah. So uh, dati when I joined ING, when I attended the class, baka pareho niyo din ako, may mga doubts, ano, baka ano ito, baka scam ito, baka networking ito. So hindi, hindi ha. Hindi naman siguro ito sila mag-networking, hindi naman to sila sasali ng scam. So just learn more, kasi uh, mahirap talaga, no, na intindihin yung isang bagay kung hindi talaga natin iniintindi. And that's why we really let you attend the class. Okay? So, ayan. So, what else do we have here? Sige, so umpisa na tayo sa ating book study. So, sa forward mismo ng libro, ano, sabi dito, friend, this book is your ticket to upgrading your financial life. Read it, devour it, and share it with people who need a financial revolution in their life. So revolution mismo yung sinabi ni Brother Bo Sanchez, no? So meaning hindi lang po basta-bastang pagbabago, no, buhay pampinansyal, but talagang revolution siya. So kagaya po ng nangyari sa akin, kagaya rin po sa nangyari siguro sa coach mo dito sa IMG, or sa kaibigan mo, or sa coach ng kaibigan mo dito sa IMG, and that's why inaaghat po talaga kayo dito. And most probably, hindi lang po kayo yung kailangan ng financial revolution. Baka din po yung mga kapatid mo, yung mga kaibigan mo na ngayon may mga utang pa, or nawalan ng trabaho, na-cut yung pay. So we really need to help a lot more people. So make sure na sa next book study natin, meron po tayong masama para ma-pay it forward naman po natin. Alright? Now, let's start with the content of the book. Sabi po dito sa libro, ano? And this is really nakakapukaw na mga linya. Reality number one. When it comes to securing and saving their future, many good people fail. Smart people fail, hardworking people fail, young people fail, old people fail. Doctors, teachers, engineers, many end up retiring without enough savings. These people don't set out to fail. They do because they failed to plan and manage their personal finances. So, agree po ba kayo dito? Kasi ako po, agree. I know a lot of good people, mababait na mga tao, pero naghihirap pa rin sa buhay. 'Di ba? Hindi naman guarantee na mabait tayo, naturuan na tayo ng sakto kung paano mag-manage ng pera natin, ng blessings natin sa Lord, ng blessings sa trabaho natin, 'di ba? Smart people fail. Kahit academically successful, professionally successful, lubog sa credit card debts, maraming utang, no? So we know a lot of them. Hardworking people, kahit overtime ka pa ng overtime, hindi pa rin sapat, no? Yung income. Young people fail, yung mga YOLO ng YOLO, we need to save them as well. And old people fail, but these old people right now, we have a lot of them in IMG, very inspiring. They attend our classes, they're very humble because they want to teach their kids, their grandkids as well, ano? And doctors, even sila, no, engineers. So hindi guarantee na magiging successful tayo. Kasi yung kailangan talaga is financial education, no? Marami tayong mga successful ngayon, ang gaganda ng buhay, 'di ba? While working, tapos pagretiro, naghirap. Meaning, kulang again ng financial education. Reality number two po, many overseas Filipino workers work hard for years and still end up retiring poor. OFWs are heroes who sacrifice a lot just to be able to send money and gifts to their families back home. In many cases, the families take for granted just how hard it is for an OFW to earn the money they remit. The families do not know that many OFWs send balikbayan boxes filled with brand new clothes and shoes that they themselves do not have. So ito, no, relate ba kayo? Ang OFWs dito, relate ba dito? Kasi ako may mga kakilala akong relate dito, at naluluha ako kasi totoo ito, di ba? Sakripisyo, grabe ang sakripisyo ng mga OFWs, tapos yung mga kasama natin na nasa Pilipinas, minsan they don't realize this. Hingi lang ng hingi, hingi lang ng hingi tayo dito. Hindi ako OFW ha, but I know a lot of OFWs. Kayod kalabaw sa ibang bansa. Alright? So, of course, we do that because we love our family. Ang failure natin dyan kung hindi tayo makapag-ipon for ourselves, and we end up being with no savings later on, and maging para sa kanila, no, hindi kanila baka matulungan din kasi sila mismo hindi financially educated. So I really feel for you, if you feel na ganito din yung inyong sitwasyon. Reality number three, you also hear stories of OFWs investing in businesses for their families in the Philippines to manage. For example, providing money to set up a transportation business like sasakyan, like GrabCar or jeepney, ano, or baka tindahan, ano, sari-sari store ba, bigyan mo ng puhunan, ganyan. When it is time to replace the tires of the vehicle or maintenance, the business cannot pay for itself, meaning hindi na manage. The family instead depends na naman to the OFW to pay for the tires. Sa kanya na ang kapital, sa kanya pa rin yung gastos ng pag-maintain, 'di ba? So, meaning, binigyan ka ng negosyo tapos hindi mo, 'di ba, hindi siya na-manage ng sakto, ah, yun, no? Sa'yo pa rin babalik. 'Di ba? So, ano yung missing na naman? Financial education. So, and we hear a lot of stories like this. Bigyan ng puhunan, nag-fail din lang. Alright? So, yun nga, tindahan, nagpatayo ng tindahan, naubos yung paninda, hihingi na naman ng pangkapital. But anyway, no, so, I know mas marami pa kayong share ng mga stories na ganito, and this is really happening and it's really sad. Alright? Now, these people, the OFW and the families here in the Philippines, they do not set out to fail. They fail because they lack financial education. Sad reality. Okay, now we have a challenging future ahead of us, and that's why we're doing this. A large number of Filipinos will face increasing challenges in four major areas. Baka relate po tayo dito. Una, uncertain labor market, right? Yung pagtatrabaho ngayon, they prefer na yung automated, no? Yung mga softwares, they're invading us na, 'di ba? Kahit kung pupunta ka ng McDo, ng Jollibee ngayon, kung dati you have to talk to a person, to a counter crew para ibigay yung order mo. Ngayon, pipindot ka na lang, tapos ano na, makukuha na yung order mo. So, sino yung nawalan ng trabaho? 'Di ba yung counter crew? May isa pa akong nakita na ang ganda ng example, nakita ko 'to sa social media. May isang photo 'no, ng isang helicopter flying in the sky, tapos may isang cameraman na nagvi-video, parang kumukuha siya ng footage ng isang event sa baba. So yan yung photo ng isang pangyayari that time. So helicopter with a cameraman. Now, that photo was 10 years ago. Fast forward ngayon, if you wanna cover an event, no, sa baba, hindi mo na kailangan ng helicopter, hindi mo na kailangan ng cameraman. Ano na lang kailangan natin? Drone, 'di ba? Drone na lang. So ano yung sino nawalan ng trabaho? Yung piloto ng helicopter, yung cameraman, 'di ba? So, 'yan, it's happening and right now even na ba nag-pandemic, ang daming nawalan ng trabaho, very uncertain. Who would have thought na magkakaroon ng pandemya and maraming mga kaibigan natin baka mismo tayo naapektuhan, isa tayo sa naapektuhan dito, right? So, this is a challenging future, present and future. Another one, low savings and high debt po. So, it's affecting the future of our generations and also those na mga magre-retiro kasi mako-compromise of course yung savings nila. And tayo mismo no, dapat we must be mindful. Sino ba yung kasama natin palagi ngayon? Mga marami bang utang or mas marami yung savings? 'Di ba? Kasi sabi pa nga you are an average of the five people that you spend most of your time with. So if palagi mo mga kasama pala utang, baka pala utang ka din. Kung palagi mong kasama, nag-iipon, nag-iimpok, taga-IMG. So, I'm sorry, nawala na ako. Yeah. Okay, sharing back po, nawala po ako. Uh, do you see my screen lang po? I'm sorry about that. Ang daming comment dito about the business. Thank you po for commenting. I'll read them later po. All right. Now, let's move on to the third challenge, which is the high cost of education. So, do you know po ba na yung tuition fee sa college, it increases or it doubles every 6 years? So, pero of course we know for a fact, 'di ba? Kasi kung tayo nag-aaral or may pinapaaral na kapatid or mga anak, 'di ba? Alam natin na iba na talaga yung tuition natin noon sa tuition ngayon. But according to studies, it doubles. So, say for example po, ikaw, meron kang 1-year-old na anak ngayon, tapos it doubles every 6 years yung tuition. Magkano ba yung tuition sa college ngayon? Sino ba yung may idea kung magkano yung average na tuition sa college ngayon? Or sa college where gusto mong mag-aral yung anak mo, yung kapatid mo? Do you have an idea kung magkano yung tuition per semester ngayon sa college? Kahit sa state college man lang or sa dream school na gusto mong mag-aral yung anak mo, right? So sa previous class ko po, sabi po nila mga 50,000 daw per sem. Ano na yan, conservative na yan kasi we know for a fact na if you want to go to like for example Ateneo or San Carlos or ano pa, Lasal, mas mahal po, 'di ba? Sabi dito ni Rachel, 30K to 60,000 USD, 140%. Imagine that. But sabihin na lang natin it's 50,000 ito, medyo mababa pa. Sabihin natin sa state college pa ito, no? 50,000 per sem. And yung anak mo, 1 year old pa ngayon. So, after 6 years, yung anak mo, 7 years old, hindi pa siya magka-college pero magdodoble na ang tuition, meaning that's around 100,000 na. Pero hindi pa siya magka-college. Another 6 years, that's ilang taon na siya, 13 years old. Pero hindi pa siya magko-kolehiyo, nagdoble na naman ang tuition, so that's around 200,000 na kasi 100,000 times 2 is 200. Pero again, hindi pa siya college. Now, another 6 years, 13 plus 6, ano na siya, 18, 19. So, dyan magkokolehiyo na siya. Pero, times 2, magkano na? 400,000 yung tuition. Yan yung conservative pa ngayon, ha? So, imagine that. So, kung hindi tayo magsisave ngayon for the college fund of our kids, saan natin kukunin by that time? Uutang na naman ba tayo? Or enough ba yung salary natin, di ba? Kaya ngayon pa lang, kahit maliit pa yung anak natin, pwede na natin siyang pag-ipunan. And dito sa IMG, yung maganda, no? Makita mo, yung mga members nagsisave, nag-invest kahit ngayon pa, maliit pa yung mga anak nila. I myself have 8-year-old and 1-year-old and both of them, they have their own mutual funds din para pang kolehiyo na nila. Kahit lagyan mo lang po ng 1,000 every month, 500 every month, pwedeng-pwede po. Pero of course, mas maganda kung mas often ka naglalagay because that means you're buying more shares. But anyway, no, you'd know more about these sa ating mutual fund class para ma-achieve yung goal na yan. And so number 4, increasing cost of living. Ito, it talks about inflation and we know for a fact na yung value ng ating pera ngayon is iba every month, every year, di ba? So yung average inflation rate ng Philippines for the past 10 years is sabi sa statistics 5 to 6%, right? So kung yung pera mo nasa bangko lang, nag 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 expect ka nga tutubo tapos yung increase ng I mean interest rate sa bangko is less than 1%. Naku, wag na po kayong mag-expect na natutubo talaga yung pera natin. That's why we are teaching here how to grow our money legally the right way na makakapag-offset po or makakapag-outpace ng inflation rate ng Pilipinas. Minsan pa nga yung masaklap, no, sa atin, yung mga Pilipino, may increase sa salary natin ngayong taon. For example, nag-appraisal, di ba? And bigyan ka ng increase ng company na 4% or 6%, di ba? Anong gagawin natin? Minsan increase talaga agad tayo ng lifestyle, bili ng new phone, bili ng mga ibang klase ng damit or iba na yung lifestyle, kakain na tayo sa mamahaling restaurant, pero magkano lang po yung increase ng salary natin. Kung iisipin po natin, enough lang po yun para ma-outpace yung inflation. That's the reason many of us get buried in debt. 'Di ba? Nagkaka-credit card debts, hindi na, 'di ba? Marami pang iba. So we know this. Hindi natin 'to makakaila. This is a challenging future that we are facing right now. And that's why pwede natin ito makontrol, 'di ba? Pwedeng hindi ganito, pwedeng hindi tayo maghirap, pwedeng yumaman tayo instead. Sabi dito sa libro, we can control our future. It's in our hands. The future it is in our hands, no? It is not in the hands of our government. It is not in the hands of your bank, your broker, or yung kliyente mo, yung boss mo. It's not. It's in our hands. So, marami pa naman sa atin dito yung we blame a lot the government. That's okay, no, it's we can critique, but sometimes no, critique tayo ng critique without criticizing our own economy. Kumusta naman yung economy ng ating buhay, di ba? Baka marami pa tayong utang pero ikaw ang dami mong time para magreklamo sa utang ng bansa, di ba? So dito sa IG matuturuan tayo how to make money, how to save money, accumulate money, and of course protect our money. Make money, expert na tayo dyan kasi masisipag tayo eh. Known nga tayo ang mga OFWs as very pinakamasipag na mga overseas workers, right? And save money, it's something na we need to work on. Kasi, yun nga, kulang tayo ng community. And of course, accumulate paano ito mas-save na mas malaki yung kita. And of course, how to preserve, meaning, paano na yung mga pinaghirapan mo matamasa ng mga anak mo hanggang sa next generations mo kasi na-preserve mo siya. Alright? So, yung isipin natin dapat, hindi lang po um, hanggang sa atin, hanggang sa ating mga anak, even sa Bible, it teaches there na from generations to generations. 'Di ba? So, ayan. So, yun yung maganda sa IMG kasi gina-guide tayo kung paano ito. Sabi dito sa libro, we can become our own financial educator. We just have to let our active income become passive income or matutunan natin right now kasi we are right now we work hard. We wake up every day to trade our time, our our effort in exchange for money so that we can provide for our families, right? Araw-araw kayod tayo kasi kailangan kung hindi tayo kumayod, walang makakain, hindi makakapag-aral yung anak natin. Now, we sometimes forget na may retirement din, 'di ba? So, lalo na yung wala sa gobyerno, walang automated savings for retirement, no? So, yun, mahirap kasi anong mangyayari sa atin pag uwi natin sa Pilipinas? Nga tayo, 'di ba? Kung wala tayong passive income. So dito sa IMG tinuturo na we should set aside a part of our income for it to grow so that later on as soon as you want to retire kasi yung mag-determine kung kailan ka magre-retire is ikaw lang naman when you are financially ready. Yung mag-determine is kung malaki na yung ipon mo na makakapag-sustain na when you stop working. So pwede yan dito sa IG, tinuturo everyday, di ba? So, paano ba na maging living on interest na tayo? Bakit ba yung mga mayayaman, ano, pag golf-golf na lang, no? Pa shopping-shopping na lang. So, may mga sikreto sila na alam, no? Na kailangan natin malaman, right? But dito sa IMG, we talk about that every day. So, we'll learn more about that. So, let me share to you yung ating mga key financial concepts, no? We need to learn this. And I have to say na ito talaga yung mga konsepto na natutunan ko na napukaw ako, very striking kasi hindi ko nga alam ito. Talagang zero, wala akong knowledge nito before IMG. Before IMG nga, nakakuha na nga ako ng insurance, na may investment. And it turned out, upon attending the classes of IMG, kasi tinuturuan mo ano yung types of investments, ano yung types of insurances, dun ko nalaman mali pala, no? Hindi pala sakto yun yung aking nakuha kasi ang laki ng binabayaran ko, konti lang yung coverage ko. And yung ahente pa noon, no? Aminado din siya, "Oo nga ate," no? Sabi niya, uh, at that time I was selling but I didn't know what I was selling. And right now, she's one of the active advocates na din ng IMG. So yung makakilala niyo ng mga ahente, kung malaman nila yung tinuturo ni IMG, baka sumali na din po sila sa IMG, right? So ayan, so mag-umpisa po tayo sa first concept. Before that, let me just remove this annotation. Clear lang po. Hold on. Okay, ayun. So, X-curve concept. Ano ba tong X-curve concept? So, hindi ito yung concept or I mean, hindi ito yung X ha na joke namin ito eh, na iniwan ka at sinaktan. Para lang maalala nyo. So, ito yung concept or yeah, X na pinaka-importante sa buhay natin, I have to say, ano. Ito yung pwede nating gawin guide on how to achieve financial security. Right? So kung makikita nyo dito, may tatlong linya, isang linya pababa. The red line, we call it the law of decreasing responsibility or responsibility line. And then we also have here green line or the law of increasing wealth, the money line, paakyat po siya. So nag-cross. Kaya po siya tinawag na X-curve. And sa baba po, makikita natin yung timeline natin sa buhay. Usually, yung time na nagtatrabaho tayo. So, young meaning 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s until 60s. Usually, karamihan sa atin dito nagre-retiro. So, ito yung buhay natin. As we tread through life, we meet a lot of, mga uncertainties, no, sa buhay. And what if, eto, mataas pa ring responsibilidad natin kasi dito bago pa tayo nagtatrabaho, meaning konti pa yung kita natin, tapos ah, tawag na ito, may pinapaaral pa tayo bago pa lang tayo nagpamilya, paaralin yung mga anak, magbabayad ng bahay, magbabayad ng sasakyan kung may sasakyan, or you know, pag araw-araw natin na gasto, maliit yung kita, malaki yung responsibilidad. And what if something happens to us here? What if we die too soon? What if kunin tayo ni Lord? So, dyan po yung life insurance comes in. Ano? So, ito yung sasalo sa mga responsibilidad. Ito yung something na hindi natin nare-realize minsan kasi marami sa atin yung backward pa yung thinking about insurance na hindi ko naman yan madadala sa ano, sa langit. 'Di ba? Sabi nila, but of course we can't bring it, but we can leave it to our family. And that ensures na yung pamilya mo makakakain pa rin araw-araw, yung mga anak mo makapag-aaral pa rin, 'di ba? Sa gusto mong school kung saan sila mag-aral, yung asawa mo hindi maghihirap ano para asikasuhin yung mga anak mo kasi may naiwan ka. So that happens, kailangan natin ng insurance while we are still building our wealth. Yung kokonti pa yung money natin and malaki yung responsibilidad natin. As the time goes by, there will come a time na hindi na po natin kailangan ng insurance kasi liliit na po yung responsibility natin, meaning yung mga anak natin magge-graduate, 'di ba? By the time they graduate, yung responsibility natin is tayo na, atin, sarili natin, 'di ba? Kasi sila, they would have their own families, they would have their own jobs. So, magiging independent na din sila. So, yung responsibility natin is sarili natin, and what we need here is investment na. If we live too long, yung challenge natin is kailangan natin mabuhay, di ba? So, I mean, hindi naman ibig sabihin na magre-retiro tayo, hindi na tayo kakain, di ba? A lot of us, sa Pilipinas, yung statistics, around 80%, wala pong proper preparation for retirement so that uh, they outlive their retirement. Yung yung buhay ka pa pero wala ka ng pera. And so, sasalo yung mga anak mo, minsan hingi ka ng tulong sa government or asa ka lang sa pension tapos yung pension mo minsan kulang pa para pang medication, no? So we can't blame them though, no? Kasi dati wala pa na mga financial educators, and that's why right now we are very grateful talaga sa IMG na tinuturo ito massively, and this can really solve the poverty cycle ng Pilipinas, yung sandwich generation na hindi na maging kagaya na maghihirap din kasi wala ding ipon. All right? So again, by retirement natin dapat, no, we deserve naman a comfortable retirement after working for how many years abroad or kahit yung mga dito sa Pilipinas. We deserve a beautiful retirement, a comfortable retirement. So dapat talaga ngayon pa lang nag-iipon na tayo so that we have money working for us. Again, money working for us when we retire na. Hindi yung nasa bangko lang, right? Kasi hindi enough yung sa ipon lang sa bangko kasi sabi ko kanina, 'di ba? Less than 1% lang yung tubo sa bangko, right? So excited ako for every one of us na mag-retire happily and comfortably kasi we have saved money. All right? Now, punta tayo sa second concept, and this talks about din dun sa live long. Paano ba na makapag-work yung money for us where we live on interest na, right? So this is what we call the rule of 72 or the power of compounding interest. Ito talaga yung when I first heard this, very striking for me, kasi ganito lang pala. Hindi ko 'to alam dati. Yung most na alam natin sa interest is interest sa utang, 'di ba? So ayun, anyway 'no, sabi pa nga ni Albert Einstein, yung ating dakilang Albert Einstein, "The power of compounding is interest is the eighth wonder of the world." Eighth ha? It he who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays for it. Meaning double-edged sword po siya. If you understand it, meaning invest ka ng invest. So there's money working for you. But if you don't understand it, meaning wala kang savings or utang ka ng utang, that's money working against you. Hinihila ka pa po pababa kasi you're paying interest instead na ikaw yung nag-earn ng interest kasi you're saving for it. So, ayan, now, ano ba yung formula? We can see here 72 constant number divided by the interest rate is equals to the number of years it will take for your money to double. So again, 72 yung constant na value. You can Google this kung curious kayo ano ba talaga yung rule of 72. So ito yung constant, i-divide mo lang kung magkano yung interest rate. So isipin mo, saan ba yung pera mo ngayon? Saan sila? Magkano ba yung interest rate? Right? So equals to kailan dodoble yung pera mo. Bigay tayo ng example. Say for example, yung pera natin nasa bangko. Most of us, nasa bangko yung pera ngayon, di ba? And we know for a fact na yung pera sa bangko is less than 1%. But for the sake of example na madali lang siyang tingnan, sabihin natin 1%. But again, hindi to realistic kasi in reality, below 1% yung traditional banks. I'm not talking yet about digital banks kasi yung digital banks ngayon, they give better returns. But I know a lot of us hindi pa nag-a-adapt ng digital banks. That's why it's something that we need to learn as well. So, sa example na ito, 72 divided by 1 is equals to, kailan dodoble yung pera? 72 years. Say for example, ako, I am right now 36 years old. Meron siguro akong, kung sample, meron akong 10,000. Ilagay ko siya sa bangko. So, kailan dodoble yung pera ko? With 1%. So after 72 years pa, 100 plus na po ako ngayon. Saka pa po siya magiging 20,000 na makakapag-intay ba ako, say for example, for my retirement yun. Di ba malabo? So mahirap kung sa 1% lang natin siya ilagay. Now realistically, sa mga bangko, 0.2%, 72 divided by 0.2 is equals to 360 years. Imagine niyo yun, ilang of years na ilang mga henerasyon na yung dadaan para pa madoble yung pera mo. So ito ang nagma-matter po talaga no kung saan natin nilalagay yung pera natin. And ito alam natin na sa bangko masaklap kasi minsan ito lang yung alam natin and sometimes we can blame ourselves and ang alam kasi natin no yung mga lolo-lola natin no dati kasi yung interest rate talaga sa bangko is ayan 10%, 15%. So it's okay kaya talaga yung integrity ng bangko is high. But right now it's not applicable. Now the banks are good for emergency funds, for business transactions, but not for saving for long-term goals talaga. Kasi abutin tayo ng centuries para lumaki yung pera natin, right? And of course, we can't wait for that. We can't depend our lifetime on that. Now, what we are gonna present right now is yung mga legal and legal na mga investments that give higher returns. So we have here 4%, 8%, and 12%. Right? So okay ba ito? Or maybe some of you here have heard about this now or probably are investing na nga, di ba? Ang masakit lang kung ito nasa utang. Yung 4% interest ng utang mo. So dun, kaya nga ito talaga, ito yung mahirap when, before ng pandemic, uh, we talk a lot to many government workers kasi na-invite kami minsan sa PNP, like sa DepEd or sa Army. Tapos when you ask them to check lang, no, magkano ba yung interest rate ngayon ng mga investments? And you know what? Mom, tahimik po most of the time. But when you ask, mag, how about magkano po yung interest ng loans ngayon, utang. Ay naku. Ma'am, kay ganito, ganito. Ma'am, sa loan shark na ganito, ganito. Ma'am, sa ano pa yun, yung mga lending company na ito, ganito. Sa bank na ito, ganito. So, nakikita mo yung mindsetting ng mga tao is geared towards talaga, tawag nito, utang, loan. And 'di ba yung government workers, hindi naman talaga like maliit yung sahod para hindi ma-manage. 2 years ago when I talked nga sa AFP, sabi pa ng major doon, alam mo, Ma'am Hair, kailangan na kailangan talaga yung IMG dito sa army. Alam mo kung bakit? Ininkrisan na kami ng sweldo ni Digong, pero yung utang namin naging triple, hindi doble yung sinabi niya sa akin, naging triple mismo. So, nag-increase yung salary, pero yung utang tumiple tuloy. 'Di ba? So, dapat nga wala na ngang utang kasi mas lumaki na nga yung sahod. Meaning, 'di ba? Kasi prey masyado tayo ng mga loan sharks, 'di ba? Yung loan, kahit saan, yung mga bangko nagtatawagan sa'yo para umutang ka eh. But if you're financially educated, alam mo na, it's money working against you. So, huwag tayo padadala sa ganun. Right? And let's help more of our kababayans na mapukaw sa ganitong culture of utang. We can help. I grew up I know kasi I grew up, mama ko guro, papa ko police, and we also grew up na ipaayos sa bahay is loan, paskwela loan. So dito ko sa MG nakita na pwede pala palang loan. Ano? And so shinare ko talaga siya kila mama, dun sa probinsya namin. Tapos si mama ano din, amazed din. So si mama din right now gladly no, ubos na din yung loans kasi minsan naglo-loan tayo para lang pampasyal or pambili, di ba? Ano yun? Tapos babayaran mo yung interest. Nako, ang saklap. So ayun. So yan yung isang bagay na ginagawa pa talaga ni IMG, ano? Creating this community of savers and of investors instead of yung palautang. Ayan. So, now, balik tayo dito sa interest rate, 4%, 8%, and 12%. And gawa tayo ng example. Alright, so hanap lang ako ng names sa ating participants para naman baka natulog na kayo dyan ha. So sabihin natin, tatlong tao nag-save on different interest rates. Ano? So sabihin natin si Chai sa 4%, and then si Ford sa 8%, and then si Gina sa 12%. Alright, so si Chai, si Ford, at si Gina. Paalalahanin niyo ako mamaya kung kalimutan ko. Alright, so sabihin natin si Chai, save siya sa 4%. So kung gagamitin natin yung rule of 72, 72 divided by 4 is equals to 18 years. So money doubles every 18 years. Sabihin natin si Chai at this point in time is 20 years old and meron siyang naimpok na 100,000 pesos. Pero mind you sa investing, it only takes 1,000. For the sake of example lang ito So nag-gift ba sa kanya or naimpok niya? So Chai has 100,000 at 20 years old. So after 18 years, naging 200,000. Another 18 years kasi nga dumodoble, nagko-compound, naging 400,000. So di ba ang galing? Chai, without doing anything, just because she put 100,000 when she was younger to an investment vehicle that gives 4%, pag 56 niya, sabi niya mag-retire na ako, meron akong extra 400,000 to may na-investan ako. O di ba? Ang galing, wala siyang ginawa. Pero meron siyang 400,000. She let money work for her while she was working. Alright? And baka isa lang to sa investment niya. Now, etong si Ford, sa 8% siya nag-save. 72 divided by 8 is equals to 9 years. So, money doubles every 9 years. So, 20 years old din si Ford. Sabi niya, ay, meron din akong 100,000. Invest ko din, pero doon ako sa 8%. Diba? So, after 9 years, meron siyang 200,000. Another 9 years, 400. And another 9 years, 800. And 1.6, same age po sila ni Chai, di ba? Pero ang layo ng agwat, it's 1.2 million. Right? So just because Ford knows about 8%. Now, tingnan naman natin si Gina. Si Gina knows about 12% and she put her money there at age 20 as well. But because it's 12%, 6 years lang po, every 6 years, nagdodoble na yung pera niya. So at 20 years old, meron siyang 100,000. Pag 26, naging 200, 32, 400, so on and so forth. Pag 56 din niya, same ages ni Chai at ni Ford, meron siyang 6.4 million. Kita mo, same amount lang nilagay, but because they put it in a different investment vehicle, it gave them substantially mas malaki na retirement money, right? So you should thank your friend, your sister, or your family member who invited you here, because if you don't know this, di ba, he or she just gave you 6.4 million kasi baka dati sa bangko ka lang nag-invest or baka nga puro utang tayo ngayon. 'Di ba? So, ako very grateful talaga ako sa friend ko. I'm debt free right now and I have emergency funds proudly because of the teachings ni IMG. So, yan po yung ginagawa ng financial education. So, I hope this helps and we put it yung ceiling talaga average is 12% kasi if more than this delikado po yan, baka scam na yan. Kaya nga marami tayong mga OFWs na kakilala na sa scam kasi hindi ito alam. Hindi alam yung power of compounding interest or rule of 72. Pag may mag-promise sa'yo na dodoble yung pera mo in a span of 3 months, nako, red flag na yun. Alright? So, yung legal kasi is ito, 4, 8, 12%. It can go as high as 18%. But you see, we don't put that there because we know na ito yung mga average na returns. Okay? But for you to have that peace of mind, of course, just attend the classes kasi sa classes po talaga natin matututunan yung mga ganito. Okay? So, ayan. Now, let's move on to our ay, ito pala no, times 4 dito sa 8% and of course, times 16 dito sa 12%. Okay? So ito na yung pinaka-paborito kong concept which is the solid financial foundation, right? So kung makikita mo, ano siya? Para siyang foundation talaga. And para siyang bahay, guys. If gagawa po tayo ng bahay, di ba? We have to build it from the ground up. It has to be sturdy. So ganyan dun po yung financial house natin. Ganito po yung forma dapat niya. Nag-uumpisa po sa baba, paakyat, meaning healthcare muna, protection, eliminate yung mga utang kung meron or kung meron pa and hindi pa kayang ma-eliminate, manage, and then build ka ng emergency funds, and then last na po yung investments. Again, last po yung investment. Pero baka andito po kayo sa class ngayon kasi gusto niyo po mag-invest. Atat na atat kayo mag-invest kasi may extra money kayo ngayon. 'Di ba? Kagaya ko dati, atat na atat mag-invest. Pero dito ko na-realize pala talaga na last na siya. So, kasi if titingnan niyo, kung uunahin mo yung investments, wala kang emergency funds. Say, inuna mo, bili ka ng stocks, ng mutual funds, or kahit mga material na investments, mga tangible like bahay, properties, without realizing na wala kang inipon na emergency fund. So, come emergency, for example, pandemic, and then wala kang emergency fund, anong gagawin mo sa investments mo? Ibibenta mo yung lupa mo, ibibenta mo yung sasakyan mo, ibibenta mo yung stocks mo, yung mutual funds mo, ibaba nga yung market eh. So, 'di ba? Kailangan may emergency funds muna before ka mag-isip ng investments. And bago ka pa mag-isip ng investments and emergency fund, dapat muna ma-manage po natin yung ating mga utang. And dito sa IMG, tinuturo po din po yan. And right, no? Kasi kung wala kang emergency funds, doon ka na magkaka-emergency loan kung may emergency. Kagaya po nung nag-pandemic, yung walang mga emergency fund na wala ng trabaho, so saan pupunta sa utang? 'Di ba? And yan yung masaklap. And we don't want that to happen to us. Kasi again, 'di ba? Alam na natin yung rule of 72. Alam na natin yung compounding interest. That's money working against us. Hindi tayo makakapag-build ng wealth kung meron pa tayong mga utang. Yun, alright? And of course, below that, yung pinaka-importante dito sa baba is protection and healthcare. Kasi wala pong silbi ito. Ito si Lord lang yung mailang. Kailan tayo kukunin ni Lord, kailan tayo magkakasakit. Sabi pa nga ano, prepare for the, I mean, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. So, most of the common pala na Filipino bankruptcy na cause is yung may magkasakit sa pamilya. May magkasakit sa pamilya, wala. Timpag lahat to, di ba? Benta lahat, ubos emergency fund, utang-utang, 'di ba? Kaya andito siya sa bottom. So don't go invest if wala pa po kayong healthcare, especially long-term care. If breadwinner po kayo, kung single okay naman walang life insurance, pero kung breadwinner kayo or merong anyone na sinusuportaan, kailangan po talaga may life insurance, okay? But this one we'll talk more about this later, no? Yung application and for the rest of the classes natin dito sa IMG. So again, tingnan mo yung libro, yung solid financial foundation, nasa harap nga mismo siya, hindi siya sekreto. So before you go to sleep tonight, you really have to assess na kumusta ba yung aking solid financial foundation, yung financial house ko. Yes, sturdy ba? Meron ba akong healthcare, short term and long term? May protection ba yung pamilya ko? Meaning, may life insurance ka ba? May mga utang pa ba ako? Am I doing my best na ma-eliminate yung mga utang ko? And may emergency fund ba ako? Am I building my emergency fund? Kung nabawasan yung emergency fund ko, nire-replenish ko ba? And of course, okay na ba? May investment na ba ako? Nagda-diversify na ba ako? So yan ano. So you reflect on it. Ito din yung unang ginawa ko dati when I joined IMG and I realized this. Talagang dami kong binago sa buhay. Kung kailan talagang ginawa namin, nag-cut kami ng cable, lumipat kami from an apartment to a small na room para makapag-build ng emergency fund namin to that extent kasi we were that serious. But ikaw, if you're really that serious, sometimes you really have to make that sacrifice, di ba? So, depende po sa atin yan, of course. But now, at least you have that information na and that andito yung community to support you. All right? Hindi ka mawawala as long as you are in the community and you are aligned to what we teach also. Right? Now, let's move on to the application, different investment vehicles. So, magumpisa po tayo sa mutual funds or sa investments, sa stocks kasi ito yung pinaka-interesado kayo. So, basic lang, ano ba yung mutual funds, yung stocks, ano? So, yung mutual funds, it allows you to earn what the wealthy are earning in simple words. Yung sabi ko kanina na ano ba yung sikreto ng mga mayayaman? Bakit ba pag golf-golf na lang sila? Bakit ba shopping na lang ng shopping? Bakit ba parang hindi sila mauubusan ng pera? Right? So, ito lang yung sikreto nila. They make their money work for us. They live on interest. What does that mean? So they invest, say for example, in mutual funds. Mutual funds is ownership of shares for long-term goals, meaning investor po sila. Ikaw, say for example, ako, ikaw ito, ako ito, yung kaibigan mo, yung SSS, kasi pwedeng mga institutions, yung GSIS, yung mga bangko, kahit sino pwedeng mag-invest, i-pool yung money sa mutual fund, tapos ito ay being professionally managed by the people who are experts on the economy, and sila po yung nag invest sa mga blue chip companies na ito. Sila yung may alam eh. Mahirap yung tayo, di ba? Ang dami nating mga kilalang na-hype ng trading ng stocks, and then they have to be online 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. and nangangarag na sila kasi naku bumaba yung market ganito ganyan, and yung ending nalulugi lang, 'di ba? Emotionally kasi yung investing. And I realized here in IMG na investing is not like that. The main purpose of investing, sabi pa nga ni Boss Rex Mendoza, is for you to achieve your goals, not for earnings, no? So, yung naka-create dito sa IMG because of the guidance, no? We do peso cost averaging. Learn more about that sa ating mutual fund class. We learn to habitually put money, buy shares, no matter the condition of the market. So as you can see, yung mga investors ngayon, yung mga members ng IMG, kahit 'di ba bumaba yung market last year, bili pa rin ng bili. Ngayon, konting akyat na, umaakyat na, 'di ba? Ang lalaki na ng shares, happy. Yung mga nagpa-member last year, kumusta naman yung mutual funds natin, 'di ba? Masaya kasi tumutubo na. So ganyan lang talaga si IMG, and mas nakita ko na yung mga nag-invest sa mutual funds because yung mga nandito sa IMG, they're multimillionaires, no? Instead of those na mga nag-invest sa stocks kasi na-hype lang, no? So, yun ang aking natutunan. So, for diversification, for the sake of diversification, for safety and transparency, and then for yung gusto ko sa mutual funds din is tax-free by redemption. So we really recommend for beginners yung mutual funds. Yung stock market investing is nasa IMG din naman. Meron tayong my trade, but we don't recommend that right away for the beginners, of course. So we always go for the mutual funds para diversified na agad and less stress ka, 'di ba? Para bang kung gusto mong pumunta ng Dubai, 'di ba? Sasakay ka ng eroplano, 'di ba? Yung piloto din sasakay ng eroplano, siya yung magmamaneho, siya yung mas-stress kasi magmamaneho siya. But yan, kung magsa-stock market ka, ikaw yung piloto. Pero kung magme-mutual funds ka, pasahero ka lang. So meaning, nag-book ka ng flight, sakay ka ng eroplano, matulog ka, or manood ng pelikula, tapos pag gising mo, pagkatapos ng pelikula, nasa Dubai ka na. Pero, di ba, kung ikaw piloto, you have to invest a lot of money. Tuition, 2 million tuition for piloto. Time, and of course, skill. So, kailangan mo muna yan bago ka lumipad ng Dubai, right? So, maganda sa Meet of Funds, sakay ka lang sa growth ng mga companies na ito. And right now, di ba, so far ako, I've been investing since 2016. So far, really, really good. Ano? And yung natutunan ko talaga dito sa IMG is yung dapat mag-invest no matter the condition and invest regularly. Dati, yung alam ko lang is, I mean, happy-happy na ako na nakapag-invest ako monthly until I learned na yung mentor natin, like sila Sir Jess, sila Miss Joanne, probably you know them because we are under their team for the members, ano, I learned that they invest weekly. So ako naman, of course, na-inspire. So ngayon, I make it a point na weekly na din talaga mag invest. And dati isa lang yung mutual fund ko. Ngayon, around 10 na po. So yan yung nagagawa ni IMG. Hindi yan sa pag-ano, but to inspire everyone that it can really happen. Before, wala po talaga akong investment. I had sa aking life insurance, ang lalaki ng fees. No? So ngayon sa IMG, because IMG member tayo, direct, no sales fee. Kung lagay ka ng 1,000, buong 1,000 mabibili ng shares. Kung lagay ka ng 5,000, 5,000 mabibili ng shares, even as low as 500 pesos makakabili po tayo, no? Anytime. Hindi po siya kailangan maglagay ka regularly, but nasa iyo yung nasa iyo yung control kasi goal mo naman 'yan eh, 'di ba? Dream mo naman na gusto mong ma-achieve because of that investment 'yan eh. So ikaw yung magko-control kung kailan ka gustong maglagay. Okay? Now let's move on to emergency funds. Do you know about emergency funds? 3 to 6 months of your monthly income saved in the bank. So sa bank kasi of course accessible, pwedeng may ATM, pwede ding sa bahay, puwedeng sa ilalim ng unan, sa cabinet, pero yung risk is baka masunog yung bahay of course or nakawin, 'di ba? So, 'yan. So we suggest it in the banks, and we suggest 3 to 6 months. Standard naman ito for the financial planners, no, when they suggest. Kasi for example, if you are working and pero nasa gobyerno, so medyo may stability, so mga 3 months. Pero if you are like contractual, mas mahaba yung kailangan na time, 'di ba, para makahanap ka ng trabaho, mga around 6 months. Alright? Para for example, dumating yung pandemic, wala kang natanggal ka sa trabaho, meron ka pang 6 months na mabawi o that can live kasi nakapag-ipon ka ng worth 6 months ng yung income, all right? But we have a separate class talaga on emergency funds, so make sure to attend it. If you're already a member of IMG, nasa portal lang po siya natin, you can access it anytime. All right? And do you know about debt elimination? So learn the strategies and eliminating debts like snowball effect, debt roll up. So attend our workshops. So baka hindi kayo yung may utang, baka yung mga kaibigan mo, yung kamag-anak mo na gusto nang makawala sa utang, invite po natin sila sa IMG. Ano mo, as one of the financial educators dito sa IMG, one of my greatest joy is kung may kaibigan ako na tatawag sa akin, sasabihan ako, Hair, natapos ko na talaga yung utang ko dahil dun sa tinuro mo, dahil dun, 'di ba? Kasi nag-join na sila ng IMG. At yan po, naiiyak ako diyan kasi ang hirap, 'di ba? Ang hirap siguro talaga na babangon ka, may isipin kang utang. Maganda yung buhay na pagising mo sa umaga, wala kang iisipin na utang. Yung focus mo is yung present mo lang at yung future. Okay, so let's do our best na ma-eliminate po yung ating mga personal na mga utang. Okay? And then, attend our classes po talaga on debt elimination. And then, do you know about life insurance or protection? What if I die too soon? You die too soon. Who will take care of your family? Right? Sabi pa nga, yung tag ng Manila Banker's Life, the best way to show your love is to put it into writing. Right? So, meaning, no, if we buy life insurance, if we get for ourselves, no, for those na mga bago pa ang pamilya, young family, may mga kids pa kailangan natin, it's an act of love. How would you feel? As if may ma-feel pa tayo. Pero 'di ba, isipin mo, kung kunin tayo ni Lord, may pamilya tayo ngayon, and mawala tayo sa mundo, tapos yung anak mo, iisipin nila na mahal pala ako ni mama, ni papa, kasi kahit wala na sila sa mundo, inisip pala talaga nila kami, inisip talaga nila yung future namin. Right? But of course, if wala kang pamilya, single ka, you don't need it, of course. Kung ano na, kasi yung purpose naman ng life insurance is to replace our income. Right? So kung marami ka ng ipon, pagtanda mo, say for example, you don't need it na. But ngayon, na may pamilya ka pa, pinapaaral mo pa sila, marami ka pang sinusuportahan, you need it. Alright? And it doesn't have to be expensive. Ask your friend, no, about most 18. It's super affordable na life insurance na pwede mo makuha. For example, me, for one of my insurance, yung 1 million na coverage, I only pay 6,510 yearly. No, 1 million na siya. Dati, before IMG, yung kinuha kong insurance, I pay 6,000 plus, pero quarterly. So, magkano yun sa isang taon? Tapos, yung coverage ko lang ata nun is 250,000 for life. Ano ba yan? So, dun ko na-realize na maling-mali. Ano ba yan? Ba't hindi ako muna nag-aral before ako kumuha ng insurance? So, tuloy, nabibentahan lang tayo. And minsan, hindi din yun ang intention ng agent. Minsan, they do it talaga for the sake of helping you, but sometimes they're not aware na mayroong proper calculation ng insurance, 'di ba? So, yan. So, anyway, attend our classes on life insurance to get to know more about it. Now, do you know about healthcare? So, ito talaga yung pinaka nasa dulo, meaning pinaka foundation. Again, kasi common Filipino cause of bankruptcy is kung may magkasakit sa pamilya. So, ito yung itatakal natin. There are three types of healthcare. Una is short term. Ito yung pinaka-familiar tayo kasi ito yung pinibigay na libre sa atin sa kampanya. If we work for a private company, usually we have free short term. Kung sa Pilipinas, familiar tayo ng IntelliCare, Medicare, Medicard, ano pa, MaxiCare, 'di ba? Yan. And yan for short term. But if we stop na working, 'di ba? If we move out from our company, hindi po natin yan mabibitbit. Kahit ilang taon ka pa nagtrabaho niyan, kahit sabihan mo pa yung boss mo, yung HR na, pwede ko bang bitbitin na daw kasi 20 years na ako nagtrabaho sa kumpanya ito. Hindi, di ba? Kasi privilege mo yan while you are working. And short term siya. Yun. So, yung question dyan is, kailan ba madalas nagkakasakit tayo? While we are working or when we retire, when we grow old? Di ba when we grow old? So yan. So kaya may senior care. But the senior care naman, ito, you avail it, you get it when you're already 60 years old up. But this one is quite expensive na. And if you have pre-existing na mga sakit, more likely hindi po tayo ma-approve. No? So, yan yung ano, yung struggle. Kaya what we highly recommend is this long-term care. So, makikita nyo in circle talaga. And this is what I first got in IMG din kasi kung titingnan natin, no, yung long-term care, it solves na, it's recommended for starters, as you can see here. It solves three major financial needs. So una, healthcare, solved na kasi may HMO siya. Pangalawa, yung long-term care, may kaakibat na protection. Pangatlo, invested po yung ating iniimpok sa long-term care. So if you have long-term care, what you need to work on na lang is kung may mga utang ka, eliminate mo, work hard, no, to eliminate it, and of course build your emergency fund. So you have that peace of mind na kung magkasakit and kung kunin ako ni Lord, hindi magpo-problema yung anak ko. If I live long, meron akong investments, meron akong healthcare fund. 'Di ba? Ang galing. And we call that the Kaiser Long-Term Care or Kaiser Ultimate Health Builder. We call it even all-in-one savings program. And I really, really love this product. Kahit ako mismo, nakapag-witness na po na yung team ko really, passed away and naka-benefit nito. So, bigay tayo ng example dito ng plan, say K100 plan. And hanap tayo ng name. Sabihin natin si Ma'am Jacqueline. No? Si Ma'am Jacqueline, 22 years old ngayon. And nag-decide siya na mag-impok siya ng K100 plan ng Kaiser. Ito yung long-term care na only long-term care in the Philippines. No? Ito yung nirepresent kanina ni Tita Shawi. Now, maraming mga plans na option yung Kaiser. Merong lower ng K100, merong higher up to K1 million yan. But ito yung binigay namin na sample kasi it can give you at least 1 million by maturity period. Okay? Now, magkano yung installment amount? 58,821 kung annualized po. Kung monthly po ito, it's around 5,882. Kung iisipin nyo po, um, makaka-save po kayo ng 2 months if annual. Kaya siguro ito si Ma'am Jacqueline, iniisip niya mag-annual na lang ako. Even me, I did annual. Pero dahil wala pa akong masyadong pera when I started sa saving, you know what I got? Monthly pa nun when I started. Tapos I changed it to annual na. Okay? And then, contract price niya, yung malalagay mo sa savings period, 7 years lang po pala yung saving period is 411,000. Tapos excited po ako makita niyo mamaya kung magkano ito 'no, yung na-inpok natin kasi we let it work for us, okay? Now, ano ba yung benefits sa saving period sa 7 years? So ito, may free annual physical exam, dental, room and board, hospitalization. Now, I'd like to highlight these features, no? Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na witness ko sa team ko, waiver of installment due to death or credit life, and then term life insurance coverage no for 50,000 for K100 plan. Kasi yung team ko 2 years ago, almost na 2 years ago, from Tacloban po siya. She's a mom of two, a wife, and working sa DPWH. And naglulo pa po siya. Third year na po niya ng law. But yun nga, sa kasamaang palad, tinamaan or nagka-dengue po siya. but she didn't survive. She succumbed to dengue. She really passed away. And she was healthy before. Hindi talaga natin alam, di ba? But at that time po, 11 months pa po siya ng pagsisave niya ng Kaiser. Again, 7 years po yung pag-save. Pero 11th month pa po, kinuha siya ni Lord. So, anong nangyari? So, ito yung na-witness ko, no? So, si husband, yung kanyang primary beneficiary, nakakuha ng term life insurance in a form of check. So, ayun. And si husband very grateful kasi yun nga, nagamit pang tuition ng mga anak, nakabayad sa mga utang. And then, yung pinakamagandang gusto ko na feature is waiver of installment due to death, meaning, yung kanyang 11 months na nabayad or na-save, considered lang paid in full yung 7 years niya. Right? And then, not transferred to the beneficiary, to the husband. So, ang ganda, di ba? So, automatic paid in full na si husband na din yung makakapag-benefit. Kung anak yung primary beneficiary, pwede din. Or kung meron ng, like, meron na ding Kaiser yung, ano, yung husband, pwede din yan. There just need some, they need some papers lang. No? So, doon ko talaga nakita kong galing naman nito kasi wala akong ibang alam na nata-transfer ng ganito eh. So yan, win-win situation siya kung nasa dito man may mangyari sa atin or if we live long. So it solves problems talaga, no? If accident yung cause ng death, double yung life insurance value and marami pa pong mga features. Now, after 7 years, we stop saving. Kasi 7 years lang yung sabi ni Kaiser eh. But ikaw gusto mo pang mag-save. Sabi mo, gusto mo pang mag-save. So, Kaiser really tell you na enough na. 7 years lang. Here, bibigyan po tayo ng certificate of full payment and ng Kaiser Visa card. Now, after 7 years, yung ating inimpok ay mag-uumpisa na pong mag-grow, ng grow, ng grow, ng grow, ng grow. Okay? And may mga benefits po dito like outpatient, inpatient, kahit maternity, panganganak, pre-existing covered na din po, dreaded illnesses. So, iyan. Pero may computation tayo dito, no? So, depende po sa plan, ito yung computation. But to total it lang, yung iyong impok na 411,000 for the first 7 years, naging 1.1 sa 20th year. Right? So, si Ma'am Jacqueline, sabi niya, nag-42 na si Ma'am Jacqueline sa 20th year kasi maturity period siya. Tapos may 1.1 na siya sa Kaiser. And dito, by this time, pwede na niyang kunin lump sum or pwede din niyang iwan. No? Gawin lang niyang pension. Right? Or patubuin lang talaga niya. Pero si Jacqueline, sabi niya, member na siya ng IMG eh. Sa IMG, marami ka ng investments. And then, meron ka pang income na weekly kung if you do the mission of IMG. So sabi niya, dyan lang muna yan. Sa Kaiser lang muna yan. Patubuin ko na lang muna. So, pinatubo lang niya, iniwan lang niya yung 1.1 niya so that pag 60 ni Jacqueline, meron na siyang tadan, 6.4. Money working for us kasi nga invested ito sa mutual funds. Come 65, si Jacqueline meron ng 10.4 million. Now, kumusta ito? Enough na ba ito na healthcare fund? Nag-sacrifice ka lang for the first few years na mag-impok. Ito, hindi ka na magiging burden sa family mo, no? By the time na tumanda tayo. So, very important po talaga yan. Yan, so ganyan kahalaga yung mag-umpisa tayo ng maaga. Right? Kasi kung sample tayo ngayon, no, yung mga matatanda, kung wala tayong healthcare fund, magkaroon tayo, say, for example, ng heart bypass, yung ganun na procedure, and that's around 1 million already. If wala tayong mga ganitong produkto, anong solusyon natin? 'Di ba? Utang na naman tayo or hihingi ng tulong, 'di ba? So, iba kung nakapag-save tayo. Right? So, be part of our community. Have an action plan. Sabi pa nga ni Brother Bo Sanchez, ano yun? Education without execution is just like entertainment. So ito po yung ginawa ko na what I suggest din na gawin natin. No? So basic membership lang po, magpa-member tayo sa IMG, dalawang option lang po. Yung una is basic, where meron tayong lifetime enrollment to financial education classes, may free financial check-up, 100,000 personal accident insurance, 50,000 memorial benefits, free eye check-up, unlimited health checkup sa lahat ng financial centers ng Kaiser. And then ito yung paborito ng marami, meron instant na mutual fund account. And paganda kasi online na lang. Dati kasi, yung first mutual fund ko naalala ko, kailangan pang paper siya. And 13 pages. Ang dami, di ba? So maganda ngayon kasi online na lang. And then access to dominate tools and marami pa pong iba like discount sa cars. Bili kayo ng car. Ang dami dito na nakapag-save ng 150,000, 80,000, 180,000. Depende po sa car na kukunin natin. right? So, ito lang yung iilan, but these are total of around 50 plus na benefits na po ngayon, right? Ask your friend kung ano yung mga benefits na yun, yung kompleto na list. And that costs 6,000 lang po. Alright? So, ano ba yung ginagawa natin usually sa 6,000? Minsan, pang shopping lang natin or pang, ano ba, pang dine out or pang lechon, di ba? Pero that 6,000 of yours is a lifetime membership of IMG already, and that can already change your life, right? So, pag-isipan, hindi na nga natin kailangan pag-isipan, di ba? 6,000, go ahead. Dati, no, mas maganda dati kasi 3,700 lang. So, wag kayong magintay na mas umakyat pa yan, di ba? Baka next year, mag-iba na po yung price. So, next one is associate membership. So, this one is the advanced one, and this is what I highly recommend kasi covered na po tayo, meaning may Kaiser long-term care na po tayo. So nadagdagan yung ating personal accident insurance, naging 1 million na po siya. And yung memorial benefits naging 500,000 na. And then yung retirement is 1.1 na. And then pwede na po natin gawin yung financial educator career and yung brokerage business gaya po ng ginagawa ko or ng kaibigan mo kasi dito sa IMG entrepreneurs po tayo. We can do this as a career, as a business. Hindi po tayo employee dito. Alright? So we just share. Hindi siya kailangan na magbenta tayo kasi wala namang quota. Right? And of course, maraming rewards like plaques, watches, itong Rolex watch bigay ni IMG, maraming free travels and free HMO. So hindi ka na problema ng HMO mo kung active ka po sa IMG. All right? So advanced membership is 12,382. This is for the K100 plan. If you want other plans like mas mura, pwede din. Mas malaki, but I have to say, wag mong tipirin yung sarili mo kasi itong pera papasok sa iyo eh. Ayo yan, asset mo yan eh. So depende kung magkano yung gusto mong ma-achieve na amount by the time that you retire or ilan yung gusto mong coverage mo, right? And so with the advanced membership or the associate membership, you can increase your cash flow by being an entrepreneur. So you have access to all of these companies. Hindi ito biro, Ayala, DMCI, Kaiser, of course, mga mutual funds, Filiquity, Atram, these are multi-billion companies, right? And the great thing here as a member, when you want to represent them, we don't have quota, di ba? Pero tingnan mo, yung mga ING members, kahit walang quota, very masigasig sa pag-share ng mission kasi we know na kailangan po talaga natin ito. Learn first and then application, pili ka na lang dito. Right? So una, Kaiser and then mutual funds, andito na nga, right? Galing-galing, di ba? So yan, just sabi dito, do the mission, sustain your savings, and increase your cash flow. So we want to prosper ourselves through our savings, di ba? Nagsisave tayo, nag-invest tayo, but we can also add extra income that could be like three-digit income weekly or month, three-digit lang tuloy, six-digit, six figures income weekly, monthly, it's up to you. Some of us here earns even 1 million per month, 500,000 per month. Ito, you can earn this in 3 months if you do the mission of IMG. You share what we do as well kasi kailangan na kailangan ng mga Pinoy yung financial education. Nag-share nga tayo ng isang magandang pelikula, di ba? Or bili ka ng dress na ito kasi maganda material stuff. Ito, this can change the future of your family, of your friend's family. So, ayan, we really suggest that you become part of the community as well. And, you walk the talk, you join IMG, you own your own savings program, and you start sharing. And while you share, you are able to earn income as well. Okay, through, hindi po si IMG yung magbibigay ng commission as well yung mga partner companies natin like Kaiser, MB Life. So ayan, 'di ba? So ako dati alam mo wala yung dati nung trabahante pa ako 5 years ago, pray ko lang yun na sana umakyat na yung income ko pero hindi siya nangyayari. Sa IMG, without realizing yung income ko naging 6 digit na per month and more. So hindi ko nga na-realize na just because we kept sharing the mission. No? Share lang kasi hindi mo alam kung sino yung mga pamilya pa yung walang mga coverage, walang maraming mga financial insecurities. So we move people here from financial insecurity to financial security. So wag kayong matakot na mag-share, right? Hindi din naman maganda na ikaw lang nag-iipon, ikaw yung yumayaman, yung mga kaibigan mo naghihirap pa rin, maraming utang. Do you find that success, 'di ba? Hindi naman siya tunay na success ko, ikaw lang yung naging successful. That's why here, sali lahat para lahat tayo mag-prosper. Di ba? Ang ganda ng mission ng IMG. So, ayan, ano? So, do not forget to give your details, name, email, and mobile to your friend who invited you so you become counted sa ating 30M by 2030. All right, so welcome in advance to our community, and together let us achieve our dreams. My name again is Maria Shirina Advincula. My Facebook is Hera Advincula. You can add me there. And if you have questions or clarifications, just go to your friend, no, kausapin mo and mag-thank you ka. Kasi he really cares about you. Thank him. He really cares about you and your family's future. And join as soon as you can. So I would just like to leave you with a quote na palaging sinasabi po ng mentor ko, si Sir John, no? Sabi niya, financial independence is not just a dream, it's a decision. So decide now, stop procrastinating, become a member now, and associate membership if you can, as soon as you can. All right. So thank you so much for giving your time, sharing your time with me tonight. I hope that you have a great day, a great weekend. No, bukas Sunday, you have a good rest, and you can attend the classes as well. Even on Sunday, we have classes here. Okay. Thank you, mga kababayan, for joining me tonight. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Good night. God bless. Bye.
I am a proud IMG campaigner because our mission to financially educate people is limitless. We keep no boundaries to share and spread our advocacy to the families who are in need.
I am a proud IMG campaigner because I was encouraged and motivated to help more families and prevent them from becoming a victim of a scam.
I am a proud IMG campaigner because I was able to teach my co-teachers the importance of saving money for their future and their retirement.
I am a proud IMG campaigner because this has inspired me to uplift the image of the teachers that we are not always a victim of loan sharks, but we can also be financially educated and become financial educators as well.
I am a proud IMG campaigner because it has taught me to build a solid financial foundation, which I can't wait to share with more families in the future.
I am a proud IMG campaigner because I was able to share the knowledge of financial independence to people.
I'm a proud IMG campaigner because this changed my life from a domestic helper to a financial educator.
I am a proud IMG campaigner because I was able to touch lives through this campaign and transport people to where they ought to be.
I am a proud IMG campaigner because it's amazing to bring financial knowledge to people and guide them towards a debt-free life.
Who are in need.